The Provincial Task Force for COVID-19 has been very busy this week in welcoming stranded returning Misamis affected by the pandemic. The team has just successfully brought home nearly 300 residents from Misamis Oriental, both sea and land-based. Since Monday the 25th of May until Friday the 29th, the Department of Tourism Region 10 has so far helped mount over 11 sweeper flights and 5 sea trips for returning overseas Filipino workers and locally stranded individuals from Misamis Oriental. They were warmly received by representatives from the provincial government upon arrival at Laguindingan Airport and Macabalan Port in Cagayan de Oro City. As of this writing, a total of 272 Misamisnans from over 2,000 OFWs and LSIs were carefully assisted by DOT Region 10, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, the LGUs, Provincial Employment Services Office, Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, and Provincial Task Force for COVID-19. After disembarking from the aircraft and the vessel, the passengers were subjected to COVID-19 screening and profiling before they were sent home to undergo a 14-day quarantine on board a vehicle each LGU has prepared for their constituent. While some passengers were being housed in a nearby hotel so that capital employees can easily look after their needs before they headed home the following day, it is up to the individual LGU to determine how these returning Mis or residents are to be quarantined in their hometown or city depending on their health protocols. Governor Bambi Emano said, "The province is doing everything within its mandate to aid OFWs and locally stranded individuals to help them weather the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic." Monday, the 25th of May 2020, Governor Bambi Emano joins the Muslims around the world celebrating Eid al-Fitr, a normally festive holiday marking the end of the fasting month of Ramadan, with millions under strict stay-at-home orders and many fearing renewed coronavirus outbreaks. He lauded the Muslim communities, not only in Misamis Oriental and Cagayan de Oro, but the entire Philippines. He hopes for the better in the coming days as the province continue to battle COVID-19. On Tuesday, May 26, 2020, the 8th virtual flag raising ceremony hosted by the province-run Misamis Oriental Telephone System Incorporated or MISORTEL was held. During the activity, Governor Bambi Emano released the honorarium for Barangay Nutrition Scholars in Misamis Oriental worth 1,683,000 pesos. This fund is allocated for the 561 BNS through the Provincial Health Office Nutrition Division Head, Ms. Marites Gomez. Each scholar gets 3,000 pesos from January to March for the first quarter of this year, which sums up to a total of 12,000 per annum. It is only under Governor Bambi Emano's leadership that their honorarium has built up to 1,000 pesos each month. The president of BNS Federation of Misamis Oriental expressed her gratefulness to the father of Miss Or.
Go sa makausapag, daghan kay salamat. Salamat tungod kay dako na kinutabang sa among palinabuhian. Makalaon ka nga among suporta, among ihatag kanimo ug sinabangay kita sa pagsumpo sa malnutrisyon sa atong lalamigan, labi na sa tagsa-tagsa ng lungsod o kabaranggayan. Lambo, Misamis Oriental. Kung taga-Misar ka, secure ka!
Sa among SGLG, sobrang galing, laging gising Governor Bambi Emano. Daghan kayong salamat sa pag-uswag sa among provincial honorarium gikan sa 750 ngadto sa 1,000 pesos nga binulan. Gov, daghan kayong salamat. Lambo, Misamis Oriental. Kung taga-Misar ka, secure ka!
Also on that day, Governor Bambi Emano announced the release of the Provincial Capital Employees Mid-Year Bonus. The governor hopes that the bonus will help government employees and their families secure their finances and be able to mitigate the adverse effects of the ongoing health emergency. He added that the early release of this money is part of the economic recovery program based on the recommendation from the Provincial Task Force for COVID-19. He is hopefully looking back and approaching the recovery in a posture of coordination.
Sa atong SGLG Governor, literally sobrang galing, laging gising, dagan, gid salamat Gov sa very timely release sa atong mid-year bonus kay dako kay niog tabang sa among pamilya labi na karon panahon sa pandemic. So walang kakabalogov kung unsa ka lipay ang mga empleyado sa Kapitolyo itong pag-announce nimo last Tuesday nga ipa-release na gyud ang mid-year bonus. Again, daghan kayong salamat Governor Bambi Emano. Kung taga-Misar ka, secure ka.
Nagpasalamat ko ni Gobernador Bambi Emano nga sa karon nga panahon nga pandemic sa COVID, dako gyapon yang natabang sa among nga mga kaswal nga nahatag niya among kinahanglanon o sa among mid-year nga para makatabang sa among pamilya, sa among mga anak. O salamat kaayo Gob sa imong tabang walay puas nga tabang nimo.
Likewise, the provincial government had started the release of the hazard pay to all employees from the 8 province-run hospitals in Misamis Oriental. Since last week, the province had been releasing 3,000 across-the-board hazard pay to job order, casual, regular employees including consultants from the hospitals of Talisayan, Manticaw, Magsaysay, Initaw, Alubihid, Claveria, Balingasag, and Hingoog City, while government workers from the Provincial Health Office and Provincial Health Insurance Office also received the same pay. Governor Bambi Emano said such additional pay is to compensate these workers for their hazardous working conditions, especially that these frontline healthcare workers are at risk of exposure to the virus while performing their jobs.
The Misamis Oriental Provincial Hospital, Talisayan staff and employees would like to thank our dear Governor Bambi Emano, for the unending support for us all health workers. Dako kaayo among kalipay o pagpasalamat sa imo Gov for the hazard pay nga imong gihatag additional benefit for us frontliners. This will help a lot in times of crisis. With your support and Dr. Jerry Kalingasan, we are inspired to do our best and to continue our fight against this pandemic. Tanan namo JO, casual and regular employees, even consultant doctors, extend our gratitude ug pagpasalamat sa imo Gov. More power and God bless.
Hi Gov Bambi, I salute and a big thanks to you. Also to Dr. Jerry, fighting COVID-19 as frontliner, nurses from Misamis Oriental Provincial Hospital, Talisayan. We're pretty sure you're always there for us to look into our needs, our security, and our concerns. In short, in everything, Gov, you're always there for us. Laban lang, walang atrasan. May hazard pay man or wala. Thank you so much, Gov. Thank you so much.
Also on Tuesday was the Provincial Modha Task Force COVID-19 meeting initiated by Governor Bambi Emano via Zoom, which was participated by a few members of the Misamis Oriental Department Heads Association or MODHA. Dr. Jerry Kalingasan being the chairman of the task force and Attorney Jeffrey Saclot joined the discussion direct from the Laguindingan Airport, where they were tasked to assist arrivals of OFWs on board sweeper flights. They briefed the governor and the MODHA on real-time activity inside the airport. The following day, the Provincial Veterinary Office, through its head, Dr. Benjamin Resma, continued to strengthen their campaign against rabies, especially with recent cases recorded. On Wednesday, May 27, a team from PVET made their way to the municipality of Laguindingan to conduct free regular vaccination of dogs. Governor Bambi Emano ordered the mass vaccination activities and the promotion of pet responsible ownership as part of the services extended by the province for the protection of every Misamisnan. The said office is set to vaccinate some 64,000 to 70,000 dogs for its annual vaccination to keep the people safe and protected from any rabies infection from dogs across the province of Misamis Oriental. Likewise, PVET has also conducted a meat inspection in 8 poultry dressing plants and 1 slaughterhouse in Misamis Oriental despite the threats of COVID-19. Dr. Resma want to ensure that all animals brought to the slaughterhouse are checked for fever and signs of diseased conditions. Resma warned that selling meat products that are not inspected by his office will be confiscated and disposed accordingly to guarantee the safety of Misamisnans and the buying public. Governor Bambi Emano lauded the PVET for generating about 15 million pesos last year through the collection of various fees. And on Thursday, May 28, 2020, Limkit Kai and Sons Incorporated, through their representative, donated 100,000 pesos in cash to the provincial government of Misamis Oriental. The aid was received by the provincial administrator, Attorney Jocelyn Lod Mateo, in behalf of Governor Bambi Emano. She assured Limkit Kai management that the charity will not go to waste, as the capital is keen in using every centavo of any donation towards the need of the frontliners fighting the coronavirus disease. After the turnover, the donation was immediately entered into the Transparency Donation Board for proper recording. Likewise, on Thursday, Attorney Jeffrey Saclot, being the spokesperson of the Provincial Task Force, has made public through his Facebook post that beginning June 1, Misamis Oriental will be under modified general community quarantine. From June 1 until June 15, Mis or including Cagayan de Oro and the entire Region 10 will be classified as a low-risk area under the modified general community quarantine according to Resolution Number 40 of the IATF. This means that these temporary measures are relaxed: stringent limiting of movement and transportation of people, strict regulation of operating industries, provision of food and essential services, and heightened presence of uniformed personnel to enforce community quarantine protocols become less necessary. Also on Thursday, the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources and Provincial Agriculture Office, in commemoration with Farmers and Fisherfolks Month 2020, held a tilapia dispersal at LGUs of Villanueva, Hasaan, Balingasag, and Lagunglong. A total of 50,316 tilapia fingerlings was dispersed in partnership with BFAR PFO 10 Furthermore, LGU Hassan received an additional fishing gear composed of 15 boxes of hooks and 30 rolls of nylon. And on Friday, a team from the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office conducted an ocular survey in the boundary of Lugait, the western part of Misamis Oriental, as ordered by Governor Bambi Emano. They made this to assess the real situation in the border, given the fact that neighboring provinces and cities have confirmed cases of COVID-19. PDRRMO head Mr. Fernando Vincent D. Jr. assessed that the checkpoint operation have been smoothly implemented and that the measures imposed has been effective as the province has not yet recorded a positive case of the dreadful virus.
Despite facing ill-motivated attacks, unsubstantiated claims surrounding the relief efforts for COVID-19 in the province, yet Governor Bambi Emano remained calm, focused, and determined to continuously show his compassion and care for every Misamisnan affected by this pandemic through all kinds of help his office could possibly extend. Jinky Rosit, PIO.